Hey, it's a great day if you've got friends in the heating and cooling business. It's another hot one here where we're at in St. Louis. But year round, they say in St. Louis, if you don't like the weather, wait a few minutes. It'll change. It's the Cardinal Cowboy here. We'll be back in just a minute. We've got an expert to talk all about it. Giddy up. Welcome, everyone. It's the Your Little Castle Show. We get to highlight those leaders. I feel like I've got the best job on the planet because I get to bring in experts all the time. And not that the big wigs from the big corporations wouldn't be fun to interview. Different perspective there. But I like to work with small business owners because they get you kind of ground level. Here's how we really take care of people. Here's how we deal with things on a real level. And you don't have to go 17 levels to try to get some automated reply for something that doesn't get you the answer. You got a question, you got a problem. Jake will make sure and take care of it. In studio, Jake Dehart. I know you say it a couple different ways.
That's right, Dehart.
That's the one.
That's it.
Dehart, general manager, St. Louis, and Chad was in here earlier today. Chad's the owner and is up here from Florida, Alabama, and they're running well here in St. Louis now, 5th location, and really just do things right. You look at all the reviews they've got across the board. Amazing what they've been put together. But it's cool to get to start. Jake, this first interview we did really gives you a sense that here's a gentleman that really cares, wants to make a difference. And when you're a small business owner, man, your reputation's on the line every single job you've got.
Absolutely.
And so you can tell he's got his heart in the right place and does the things to make things right, to take care of people. And in St. Louis, that's important because we do get some very hot temperatures like we have today. Inside the studio, it's still getting a little warm in here, but outside the studio, it's almost hot in my house. But this is because we got so much temperature change. We're thinking about adding a third head. Is that what you?
Third head to the mini split.
To the mini split. Because we switched over to the mini split, but it keeps this room pretty good because it could be 100. We used to have 4 portable air conditioners here. You can imagine we got TVs and lights, cameras, and all that stuff. But it's good to have an expert here that we can talk to about that. With that, I like one of my favorite questions. What is one mistake, if there's not one or many mistakes? What's the biggest mistake the average homeowner makes when they're getting ready to make a decision about to fix or replace their HVAC?
People make decisions under pressure sometimes, and sometimes that can be. People can take advantage of it. A salesman, a sales company, they can take advantage of that. Always, always, always get at least two opinions. You got to have at least 2. I tell everybody get 3, get 4 or 5. I had a guy the other day who was getting 7 bids. He said, "Well, I don't want to seem cheap or anything like that." I said, "No, I love it. I think it's great." Don't make these decisions under pressure. These people are going to tell you, some of these companies are going to tell you, hey, we're 3, 4, 5 weeks out. I don't know any heating and cooling companies that are 3, 4, 5 weeks out. You have time to make that decision. Don't make it under pressure.
Yes, take the time to make a decision on this because it could be an expensive decision. What's the
Absolutely.
average unit go for a home if you need 1 unit or if you need 2 units?
If you need 1 unit, you're looking anywhere from $6,500 to up to $15,000, $16,000. If you get into some high SEER, some lifetime warranties on units, things like that. You could get into that $15,000, $16,000 range, a 4 or 5 ton unit. You can get a 4 or 5 ton unit for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000.
Okay, if you need 2 units, is that?
So 2 units, our philosophy is we're already at the home. We've got the guys there. We're going to make money on them. That's what businesses do. But I quoted a system this morning, 2 systems, and we are doing them next Tuesday for $16,500 for 2 systems.
2 systems,
Yep.
okay. So you're not too far out of the park to get all these systems because the ductwork versus like the mini splits we've talked about, there's no real ductwork.
No ductwork or anything like that.
And so, but the ductwork, and if you have a house that has a ductwork, not bad to reuse that. Get those cleaned out too.
Absolutely, get them cleaned out. Get a some kind of air scrubber, UV light, things like that. Those are things that doesn't hurt to have.
Okay, but yeah, that second opinion is so important because so often
Definitely
they just
the
can
second
sense,
opinion.
they've got some money.
Yes.
Chad mentioned in the last show, he goes, a lot of these big national companies that have been bought out by big
Private equity.
hedge funds, private
Yes.
equity, yeah,
Yep.
they come in and they scan the house to see how much, how many square feet it is. They see how long you've owned
Yep.
it, see what kind of cars are parked in the driveway.
There is software available to us that we do not use it. We use Payzer. Payzer is a software we use for all of our quotes as we operate as a business. But there is a software out there that will tell us roughly, pretty close, what that customer makes a year, how much they paid for their house, what kind of big purchases they've made in the last 3 years. Like, that's not what you want. A heating and cooling guy they have no business having that.
How much can we sell these
Exactly,
guys?
And that's what it's for. And one time I had a Zoom meeting with that company. I said, hey, what is all this for? We're kind of struggling to figure out the basic stuff. What do we do with all this? And they told me, well, you can base your sales on that. We're a flat rate company. Our price is this for a capacitor, it's this for a contractor, it's this for a 4-ton system. We're not going off what kind of vehicle you drive, what kind of house you live in, what part of town you live in.
Wow, yeah. Get to know somebody, take care of them for what they need, not
Absolutely.
necessarily what you can sell them. And boy, the research and the information is out there. We're coming to a state of AI these days where you can get about anything, and you can make the AI kind of say what you want it to say, or present it in a fashion to say, doesn't this look better if we did this? And no one even show you the other alternatives. That's interesting to see the way this world is kind of going. Residential, commercial, do both. What do you like?
We probably do 95% residential, 5% commercial. We've got some customers that we work on their home, work on their business. I prefer residential. Commercial, dragging out extension ladders, up on a hot roof, it's not really my thing.
Gotcha, yeah. And so, different job. You get to see the more of a personal connection though when you're working with the homeowner.
Much more personal connection. It's more of a one-on-one. You get to see what that person's about. They get to see what you're about. You go work on a fast food restaurant or something like that. They just want you in. They want you out. You're dealing with 25 hot people instead of just 1 or 2 hot people.
Right.
Yeah.
Less people may be frustrated with you. But,
yes.
But when you get into big corporate stuff, those are just totally different units, right? And those,
absolutely. Absolutely. They can be a lot bigger tonnages. They can operate different. They can pull outside air, cool it to put it in the building. Absolutely. Same kind of principle, but there's definitely some different moving parts.
Okay. And I guess St. Louis is a hotbed for, literally, like a hotbed for AC because we get such hot temperatures here. When is this been one of the hotter summers you've seen? It has been, I know, a little wetter than most summers. How has that impacted you? How busy you guys been this summer?
We're buried under. We are buried under. Definitely been one of the hot summers. 2021, that was a really hot summer. We were seeing some 100-degree heat index days in May that year. That was a really wet year. It seems like the wetter the year, the hotter it gets. This is a wet year. And it's hot.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
That's right. That's right.
But it's in St. Louis, you're going to deal with that. Yeah. And they say, oh, I go to Florida all the time, but it's a cool humidity. I don't know if it's Florida or where they say that.
Yeah.
But in St. Louis, hey, like I said, but if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
It will change.
Yeah.
Depending on, you can go from snow. I'll never forget, I got tickets as a kid. I was so excited. One of my childhood friends, they owned a little company and had home opener tickets, and they offered us to go to them. And it snowed in April. It snowed in early April.
Wow.
It snowed out the Cardinals home opener. Look that one up. It must have been like 1985 or 81 or something like that.
Wow.
But St. Louis has got the gamut with regard to the type of temperature and weather you got. With that, what do you like about the St. Louis area? You obviously had traveled a little bit, born and raised in this region, is that right?
Yes.
And then said, hey, I want a chance to come back, and that worked out well with Chad too?
Yep. Huge area, so many things to do as far as work. You just deal with so many different people, different houses, different terrain. You can get in some spots and it's beautiful hill country. You go to other spots, it's just flat land. The different places to eat. I'm in the blue collar world. We're always on the move. I'm eating at Emo's. I'm eating at Freddy's. I mean, there's just something different around every corner, and I like that.
What do you like about the people you service here too?
Great people, very,
nice?
very super friendly people in the Midwest here in St. Charles County, St. Louis County. Very friendly people. Different parts of the United States I've worked, people aren't as friendly. People are friendly in the Midwest.
We're not naming those other regions.
No, not at all. We're not going to do that.
But just in St. Louis, I've known that people are just pretty kind of laid back, and they'll
very
fair and honest.
Very laid back. Yes, very.
And they'll let you get it done as long as you're fair.
Absolutely.
And take care of the people in our community. That's good to see. Being somebody like yourself has been in business doing this for as long as you have, I can only imagine there's been a number of times where you've had somebody who's in a tough situation. You're like, okay, we got to take care of this customer. Can you give me an example of somebody like that you had to help?
Absolutely. I've got a soft spot too, so I'm getting in this every almost day. I've got a woman right now. She's in her 80s. I went out there. I got Chad on the phone. I said, hey, this is what she's got. What can we do? And we just cut the bottom out of the price on this thing. I mean, we're going to take a loss. And we got her to financing. Payment was a little higher than she'd like, and it was a 2-number payment, and it wasn't in her budget. And I thought about it, and I said, man, it's a shame that she couldn't do it. So, of course, I get on the phone with the shop and say, hey, find me a used unit. We're taking it out there. We're going to put it in. So her friend actually reached out to us. She's going to set it up. We're actually going to install that unit later this week for no charge, get her cooling.
There you go. Somebody in the community here really looking out for people, but you got to help those in our community need a little extra. It doesn't hurt anybody like that, and the good word will spread about it.
People need help. I've needed help in my life. I mean, people need help. I mean, that's part of it. It's part of being human.
That's part of it. That's a great feature for humanity and empathy towards others to make sure you do go out of your way to help people. It comes back. And I think there's a book that talks about it. Everything you reap, you get tenfold. You will.
That's what they say.
Everything you sow, you'll get 10 times that you'll reap. And so that's just kind of the way God made it. And if we help other people, things will go your way.
Yep.
Isn't it good? I'll use one more quote from the judge, and that was, "Isn't it great that when you help somebody, you feel good about it, versus if you took advantage of somebody, you felt good about it."
Yes.
And thank goodness we don't feel that way.
Yep.
Maybe on other planets, maybe there's a few people we've all dealt with. They're like, you know, something. Life is going to become difficult for them.
Absolutely.
You can't live life like that. Take care. But it's nice to see you helping a young lady. An elderly lady who needed just a little help.
Trying to help
Didn't
out.
hurt you guys much,
Yep.
But it makes you feel good about what you got.
Absolutely.
You got to feel good about what you're doing. Tell me a time when you guys had a tough time in the business, though, where you were like, wow, I didn't see that coming. But was it going through COVID, the craziness?
There's some guys, some of my mentors that I worked for a long time, COVID hit. You know, they're up in their 50s or 60s. We didn't have any guys in the 70s or anything. Usually they retire by then. But, you know, we were really worried about them going out there, going to some of these people's houses. And thankfully, we had some of these customers calling us saying, hey, we've got a confirmed case of COVID, but we need AC. We thought we were going to kind of be shutting down, kind of trying to do some stuff different. We were just totally preparing to still service customers with COVID in place. And obviously, what everybody's seen in the last 6 years, the economy just blew up. It didn't really shut anything down. For 6 months, it was kind of wild, but I thought it was going to be a 1, 2, 3 year just kind of shutdown. That changed the industry though. 2020, that's when you saw a lot of hedge funds, private equity come in here and buying up these mom and pop shops, turning them into these huge corporate shops. The last 6 years, especially the last 4 years, heating and cooling has just totally changed. Totally changed.
Yeah, from a managerial ownership perspective, because of those corporate buyouts, or because of technology, or a combination, or what?
Mainly just the way we need to adapt. Like, we have people questioning our diagnostic because they've had a couple companies come out there and say, well, you got to have a new unit. And my thing I always tell the customer is, hey, I'll fix it. I'm not going to charge you. I'll call you in a week. Working fine. Pay us. You don't like it? We'll come get our part. We'll hit the road. So it's just everything has kind of become a sales game in the heating and cooling, and we are constantly fighting that. Constantly.
Yeah, rising it to make a buck.
Yes.
Let's get back to where we take care of people, like Jake's talking about what he's done historically, and his company's done what Chad, I think, has helped to establish the way you've become successful too.
COVID really put a ding on some of these guys going around business to business, training service technicians, training installers, and you couldn't train hands-on, but what you can train through a computer screen and things like that is sales. So these guys pushed all these sales processes, and that's what we're fighting now. And we struggle getting technicians and installers. We really have to go through a couple to get a true repair technician or a true installer, because everybody wants a sale.
I hadn't thought of that, but a lot of the strategies might have changed. Hey, we can't teach the technical stuff through Zoom as easily. You can't be hands-on with the part in their hand, but we can teach them how to sell more stuff.
Teach you how to sell, yep.
So be wary of that and learn it. Get that second opinion. When you do that with your doctor, why wouldn't you do that with your home?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Good stuff, everybody. More community stuff coming to you guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a minute. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Here we are, everybody. The Rawlings Westport Plaza, the big screen outside. Ozzie Smith was just here, signing autographs. Our buddy, Ed Wheatley, who was just on the show. There we go. There's Ed right there. Hey, Ed. There's Tracy, got his book. We're inside. This is where it all was happening just minutes ago. You can see here it is. There's Ozzie, got his picture right down here, you can see. And this is the Rawlings experience. We just took a bunch of pictures here, put a post up about it, but it's quite the establishment. And all the history of Rawlings sports, Rawlings gloves. They've got a batting cage up here. This is quite the establishment. If you're looking for anything to do with baseball, especially its finest in the field gloves. But check it out, there's your batting cage. And here's the whole layout. So we hope you check out Rawlings here. They have everything you can imagine you would ever need if you're interested in learning about baseball and want to get a baseball glove. Finest in the field, the Cardinal Cowboy. Stay tuned, everybody. It's Cardinal Cowboy. Giddy up.
His name is Carter Rathwich, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rathwich was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goal, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up.
So we're hearing all the time now why people need to be on our show, and it's pretty obvious. These days, the stats are proven. If you're going to get people's attention, you've got to get them with video. Google loves video. YouTube, obviously, is where you put your videos, and it's just a no-brainer. The problem is, until we kind of put together this whole format, there's no other way to get this kind of quality for the cost we put together. Because I'm a computer nerd, because I figured out how to automate, systematize, we've systematized this. Mom and Dad made me go to computer classes just in case the professional baseball career didn't work out. And so we started off doing 1 show, then 2 shows, then 3 shows, and then we had to jump to 5 shows a week just to fill the demand, because here you get a professional video that looks dynamite, that'll let your business really showcase what they do, and you don't have to spend $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to do it. So if you'd like to be on the show, get a hold of us and understand these stats. When you're on a show like this, when you put this on your website, you're going to decrease your bounce rate by 34%. You're going to increase your close rate, your conversion rate, by up to 80%. We have clients tell us they get 25% more closed deals because of the show. They track this. They can speak to that. And you're going to just get an overall boom for your business. You've got to do video. If you don't do it through us, do it somewhere. Do it yourself. Do it, but do it professionally. Don't make your business look worse. Make your business look better. This video can be used for up to 7 years. We have clients, we did an interview with them 2020. It's 2026. They have made over $360,000 by using our video. They came back to do it again. So get a hold of us. Jump on here. Go to bigleagues.com. That's BIGG leagues.com. Or call us or text us right there, the phone number you see there. And we look forward to having you on our show. Stay tuned. Giddy up. So there you have it, everybody. Fun in our community and just working with the leaders that are making a difference on our little planet. And we had to put that video out there sharing our stuff in the community. So it was a lot of fun. But Ozzy was one of my heroes, obviously. So it was cool to hang out with him for a minute. And that new book, Ed's got a couple Emmys, and I think that book is doing well. It's on Rawlings.com. Check that out. The finest in the field. How many kids have owned a Rawlings baseball glove? But with that, we talk about how media changed the way the world has evolved. And so how often is it the case you don't know what to do with your media? Well, this book tells you how to do it. And you can do it yourself. You can do it from one of these little smart finagling things right here, right? Our smart devices. And I did it yesterday. Now I've got a 4-mic connector to my phone, and so I can do a 4-person interview with my Bluetooth connection. But get yourself, magnetize your media. Pick up our book here. Yours truly wrote the introduction, Kid, and Willie J. And it just goes into Sakar. Nobody we knew could write a better introduction. So you essentially wrote the first chapter. But how has technology changed? You've been around most of the time while it's social media and Google stuff. But how has it changed the way things are done?
I personally think Google is a thing of the past. With the way algorithm and everything like that works now, you're having an air conditioning problem, you're texting your spouse, your mom, your dad, your roommate, hey, air conditioner's broke, things like that. Everybody knows how this stuff works. It starts generating that on your social media, TikTok, ads, things like that. Google, in my opinion, it's really kind of slowing down. Social media is the thing to go to now, and that really shocked me, but technology is definitely changing.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I don't know if you do marketing for a living, but you're right. Google has kind of dissipated. They're getting into where now the air conditioning units will alert the owner or somebody else that there's a problem before you even realize
before you even know it. That
so
thermostat will
somebody's
notify
already
you.
going to be calling you to say, hey, need a filter,
Yes.
want to do an upgrade, need an analysis. But yeah, technology has really changed. You can still Google, but I've always been one. I don't go to Google, like you said, first to find something. I think about who do I know, who do I see in the community.
We're big on word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Absolutely.
Social media lets you do that. These interviews do great. You guys really have shared some great knowledge with people, and so it's good to record that stuff so you can help people see that. So that's really exciting to see you guys doing that. What mistakes do you see some of these other big companies make? And I guess we kind of covered that a little bit, but it's got to make sales when they don't.
There's a lot of high pressure sales companies out there now. I did a job today. Like I said, it was a second opinion. Guy had a technician out last week. We're not working on furnaces right now. I think 101% of the air conditioning companies watching this will agree there's no business to look in heat exchangers right now on a gas furnace. Guy was told he had a bad heat exchanger on his furnace. I go out there. I can't find a hole. I can't find a crack. It's an 11-year-old furnace. Guys that are watching this that are familiar with furnaces, 11 years old, that's not very old for a furnace. I don't know how I would feel comfortable having guys out there representing our brand, the brand I work for, representing our company like that. Selling something to people they don't need. I don't understand that. All this new advertising now, van wraps, things like that, I disagree with that a little bit. I think they're doing that wrong. If you're driving a white van these days with no logos, this is not the 90s anymore. Like, get a wrap, get some decals. You can get on your phone and in 15 minutes design yourself some beautiful decals. Get decaled up, get a van wrap, let people know who you are.
Look the part, yeah. I mean, people can now.
Absolutely.
How often they scan a QR code? You got the right on the side of your truck,
Yep, it's right on the side of the
get
truck.
some information there, and then now you're not going down the rabbit hole. Somebody you know is in St. Louis. They've got trucks in the region.
Yes.
And you can do that research and figure out who you're talking about. That's what we say. Look at the reviews. Look at the background I've got. Look at the history. Like you see, you guys 241 reviews from going back from many locations you've got around the country, and look to see how many locations they've got. If they got one location, a little more cumbersome there. You got multiple locations, then you say, all right, they've been around, they're established, and they'll be there to take care of that when there's a problem down the road. And that's what you want to make sure. Somebody that does the taillight warranty.
You don't want the taillight warranty.
Warranty's good as long as you can see their taillights, right? You got to be very wary of that. What's the biggest question though that people give you before they get started? Is it always price, or how quickly you can get higher, and then price? Why is that, or how
usually
do you
those are about the two most common things we're asked. How fast can you be there? What's it going to cost me? And like I said, it's $25 for us to come out. Your average air conditioning repair, even your furnace repair, most basic parts, there's 10 or 12 basic parts, you're $300 to $500. We are a same-day company, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're coming out on Christmas. We're coming out on Thanksgiving. We understand people need heating and cooling. We're coming same day.
There you go. Somebody that's in the field making sure to get two people to make sure, because you can't go long without heat.
Absolutely
can't go long
not.
without cold, depending on the time of year. And we all need those things. As a matter of survival, it's not just comfort these days, too.
Correct.
And take care of your elderly. And that was nice to see that story you shared with us about that. Ultimately, what gives you the most satisfaction for what you get to do? Running a company like this, the St. Louis office is your baby. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge reward to me to get to oversee something like this, build something like this. making the customers happy. I know sometimes we go out to jobs, give second opinions, and I know those customers are calling the other companies they got those opinions from, and they're not very happy. We don't get 1 out of 1,000 of those calls with an upset customer. That makes you feel good that you're out there doing the right things, your team's out there doing the right things. That lets you know you're doing a good job, they're doing a good job. That's very rewarding.
Yeah, like we said, if you got the mentorship and the background and willing to grow with the company, and you and Chad have come together now, formed a great entity here. It's been in business for coming up to close to 5 years. You're in 4 years right now.
Yes.
And so, but with the background you guys have, you can see why people say such great things about you guys, and you've had such good results and many things that people are talking about in the community to make a great difference. I like how you also have separate websites and for each community too.
We do.
A lot of people have one big master main website, and then you got to drill down to find the subpages with the other locations. But each website's got each division, each
different
region,
website,
has their
different
own
website, different social media, different phone number,
different people they can reach out to and talk to the people in their community. With that, we're going to give a quick preview of there's the website, and I like how you guys got lots of good information out here. You make it easy. That $25 service call, pretty simple right here. You click there, you can fill it out, and that form will go into somebody, and then they'll respond to that pretty quickly.
You'll hear from somebody within 15 minutes from our office, not an AI rep or anything like that. You will hear from a real live voice ready to help you with your needs within 15 minutes.
There you have it, everybody, and quick and easy to get something. But click here to sign up today. What was I clicking on there? That's the
that is the I believe that is the Cozy Bear. Yep, that is the Cozy Bear package.
Okay. Yeah, well, it looks like you've got some specials out there.
Yes.
You're not the sales guy. You let your sales guys handle
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'm
But it looks like they got some special packages. One thing to mention, though, is the financing. You guys will finance people, too, and help them to get
Yes, we have
can't pay in cash in full.
Absolutely.
Financing.
We have financing for repairs. We have financing for replacement. The Cozy Bear, which you were just about to click on, that is a warranty program for your system.
Okay.
It is not a home warranty like everybody fights and struggles with on their home warranty companies they use. Super easy program, super affordable, keeps your system running and rolling.
Nice. And on the website here, a lot of promotions right available here.
Yep.
$250 off duct cleaning. That's important.
Yes.
$100 off service or repair. $50 off
dryer vent cleaning.
Dryer vent. That's an important one, too, for a lot of people. Why is my dryer not working? They get a dryer fire. Those are things you want to make sure you... $6,000 off new systems.
Yep.
And that's pretty good. Duct assessment.
Yep. $40
Preventive
maintenance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Free on check. If you think you have a problem with a refrigerant problem, your unit's icing up, we'll come out there, check it out for free.
There you have those. And a service call diagnosis. We talked about that $25. Boy, you guys have a lot of great promotions for people, a lot of great information. Really looking out for the community and got some great service to make an impact on our little community here. Thank you for coming in here. Thanks to Chad for coming in too. Glad he was in town, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys some more.
Sure.
Stay tuned, everybody. This is the Your Little Castle Show. Giddy up.